What's up everybody? I have to start this video with a gigantic thank you because as of last week, my channel actually hit 1 million views, which is just a huge personal milestone for me. It blows my mind that that many people have tuned into the channel and liked my videos. I truly don't know what to say, so what better way to celebrate than to harvest some of these peppers. Okay, let's get to harvesting, and what better way to start than with my biggest plant this year, and that is this massive lemon drop pepper plant. So this plant is about 4 feet tall and also 4 feet in diameter. I'm growing it in this 25-gallon cattle protein tub that's emptied out. And one thing people always ask me is how much container size matters. So I have a nice little comparison here. This lemon drop pepper is in a 1-gallon pot, little self-wicking sub-irrigated planter from Target. And these plants were planted from seed on the same day. So planted on the same day, been in the same spot. This one in the small pot has peppers ripening as well. So they have peppers kind of ripening at the same size, all at the same stages. But the one in the bigger pot is just way bigger. I don't know if you can tell from that view, but yeah, these big pots really just get it done. And these pepper plants will grow to be about the size of their container. So if you think of their roots growing down, the plant will get about as big as that going up. But we have a lot of beautiful yellow lemon drop peppers ready to harvest. A lot more green ones on this plant, and we still have flowers and flower buds as well. But I'm excited to start harvesting some of these lemon drops today. This will be my first lemon drop harvest of the season, my first decent one at least. So I'm just gonna start picking them and putting them in there in my basket. But yeah, this plant is just spectacular. Okay, we got 30 gorgeous lemon drop peppers to kick us off. These things are delicious. I can't wait to make my lemon drop sauce with them again. But plenty more on the plant at all different stages. And next to it, in a matching 25-gallon tub, we have this plant, which I bought the seeds for a Tabasco plant. And I thought this was Tabasco at first, but last time I posted it, a subscriber commented that it looks a little different in the calyx, so this part here, than a Tabasco plant, and I agree. I even made the comment in that video that these were much bigger than my Tabasco peppers last year. So I'm thinking it might be a bird's eye chili or something like that. But regardless, they're spicy and delicious. And this plant has been extremely productive as well. So cannot complain. Covered in these red peppers. I'm still gonna make my Tabasco style sauce with them, whatever they are. And I'm about to get to picking it now. Just for reference though, as I'm starting to pick some of these, this one is a Tabasco plant, I'm sure of it. And you can see the peppers grow vertically, but also see the difference in that stem. And these don't separate from that calyx easily. I had to cut them to pick them. These, if I were to grab this pepper, it just comes right off. So on the left is a real Tabasco pepper. On the right are these imposter peppers. All right, funny enough, we got 30 of those as well. So we got 30 of these red chilies and 30 lemon drops. Again, so many left on the plant. This next plant behind it is a datil pepper plant, and I actually don't have any of these ripe yet. The plant is very productive, has a lot of them in there, but they're all green. So that will probably be a separate video of me harvesting my datil peppers this year. And then this next plant is a jalapeno plant that I've been having some pest problems with. So I had a lot of pest problems earlier this season. All the rest of these plants shook it pretty well. This jalapeno plant is still struggling a bit though. But it has a lot of jalapeno peppers on it, on all these branches, and I've harvested quite a few of them as well. I don't think I'm gonna harvest any of these today because they are a little smaller. And these are the Craig's Grande jalapenos. So yeah, I still have plenty of time to let these get bigger and then harvest them later. Also, I have another Craig's Grande plant that we'll get to in a minute that's over in my galvanized tub that has so many jalapenos on it. that I will gladly take a break before I have to harvest all of these too. I'm going to be dealing with jalapeños for a while, as tends to happen in the summer. And this next one is a Scotch bonnet plant, which is one of my favorite peppers. It has quite a few green Scotch bonnets on it hanging down. They look pretty gnarly. They've got kind of these little tails, definitely Chinin's family or Chinin species. I have my first 2 of them ripe though. I've got one down here. These are orange Scotch bonnets. So this is my first one of these of the season. They're always really fun to grow. If you're new here, I have a full Scotch bonnet grow guide on my page, but these things look pretty cool, and they're also delicious. They just smell so good when you cut into them. You make hot sauce, you can make a traditional jerk seasoning, pretty much anything. This plant is pretty productive. There's another one about to turn orange, and several more green pods up in here. Some of these gnarly ones with the tails are really cool though. I like it when they get that almost like a reaper form, so very cool. Okay, next to the Scotch bonnet, my subscribers already know what's up. We have the white Fatali pepper plant here, and this one has gotten huge too. It and the lemon drop have kind of been trading out the role of biggest plant for this year. But this white Fatali is big and it's also productive. You can see a lot hanging there. I'm gonna lift this up here and check out all of those beautiful white peppers. These are the ones that go in my sauce. That's gonna be my flagship sauce for my hot sauce company, Riverbend Hot Sauce. So I am excited to get more of these picked today that I can use for some test batches of hot sauce. I made one this past weekend and it came out awesome, so I'm excited to keep going with it. Not all of these are fully white. They do take a long time in my experience to turn white, so I'm just picking the ones that are pure white. We'll see how many I get. So we got 20 peppers from this big white Fatali plant, and a lot on there still hanging down, green and partially white ones. Let's go see how many white Fatalis we have at the Thirsty Earth grow bag garden setup. On the way there though, check out my heirloom tomatoes. Still just going crazy. I don't know if you guys have all seen that video, but I have a video of these on my page. They've gone just absolutely wild this year in this little raised bed. And back to the size thing with size of containers, here's another good example. These are actually both datil peppers again, so no peppers from them either. They must just take a little longer to sprout, but or to have peppers, sorry. But started these from seeds on the same day. The one on the right is in a 5-gallon grow bag, and the one on the left is in a 15-gallon grow bag. So it has 3 times the space, and you can just see the size difference here. Again, everything else for these plants are the same. They've been right next to each other all season. You can see how much bigger the one in the 15-gallon grow bag is. So bigger's better, but smaller definitely works with your pepper plants. Here's all these white Fatalis in the grow bags that are all fed by this Thirsty Earth system, which has been amazing. Saved me so much water this year. And look at these white Fatalis. So we got more on here. I can't wait to pick some of these. And this plant, I don't know what's going on, but this one plant has gotten bigger than the rest and has just had a lot more peppers. So that thing is loaded down. Can't wait to pick it. More on these. Again, we got a lot of green and partially white ones, but this is what we're after, the white Fatalis. All right, we're up to 30 white Fatalis from these plants. And again, I think I'm going to save seeds from this one because it's just gone crazier than the rest in the same conditions, and still flowering and a lot of green white Fatalis on it. Over here I've got my Bikin Hose. I have beat these to death as far as content, so I'm not going to focus on them too much, and I actually don't have time to pick them today, but I have separate videos on these. If you're interested, they are ready to be picked again, but we have plenty of peppers to deal with at the moment with everything in our basket. But one last shot at this basket because these next jalapenos I'm about to pick have been going crazy and there's quite a few on them. Okay, in this galvanized tub here, we have a couple more pepper plants and some marigolds that are going absolutely crazy. These have been really pretty this year. First plant though is a Big Jim hatch chili plant, and it has some that we can get today. It grows these long green peppers, and they actually eventually turn to red. So I'm gonna pick a couple of these red ones today, and then a few of the green ones as well. All right, there we have it, a couple of each, and I'm actually gonna grill these tonight on some skewers with some chicken, so it should be really good. And I'm excited to use these hatch chilies. They're always really delicious. And we still have more on here, but I think I'm just gonna let these ride on this hatch chili plant. Next to it, we have a jalapeno plant. This is a Craig's Grande jalapeno. And they've gotten pretty big for me this year. Some of the bigger jalapenos I've grown, but the plant definitely has quite a few that are ready to be picked. So I'm gonna be picking a bunch of these right now. A couple of things on jalapenos. Often I see people worried about their jalapenos turning black. Like you can see this one is on the side. If you look at these, they are up at the top here. And I just see people worried about that on online forums and stuff. Also, when it starts to turn the dark color on the fork of the plant here, that's actually just the plant's natural sunscreen. So that's kind of a response to light. It's called anthocyanin, I believe. And you can especially see it on this one here because see it's dark on the side that faces the sun. On the other side it's green. So nothing to be worried about, and all that's really doing is showing you that the plant's getting enough light and the jalapenos have got their sunscreen on to help protect them from that intense light. Another thing is this one down here. It's one of the older ones on this plant, and you can see this kind of lines on the outside. So this, let me just go ahead and pull it. This is called corking, and it just means the jalapeno is mature. The inside will kind of start to grow faster than the outside at this point, resulting in these lines. Some people actually desire this as a trait and breed jalapenos to do it specifically. But I've emptied my basket and I'll add this one to it to start off the harvest of this plant. Let's see how many we got. That was just one to start. You can see there's a lot up in there. Okay, I just got 40 jalapenos out of the canopy of this one jalapeno plant, and I was super stoked with that. I thought I was done, and then I realized that there's more on these branches that are kind of down in here. So I have several branches that were weighed down and kind of fell down into the planter that I hadn't seen. So we have 40 jalapenos and counting. Okay, I ended up with an even 50 jalapenos from that plant. So really good for a first harvest of this Craig's Grande jalapeno plant. Definitely got to save seeds from this one. You can see that it's still flowering and has some very small fruit on it. So I'm excited to keep harvesting this one the rest of the summer. This was my first big harvest. I've been pulling a few occasionally just for like small things to use one or two at a time in recipes. But I think my next 2 videos are actually going to be about what I do with all of these jalapenos. So be sure to subscribe if you want to see what I do with all of these. But that is all the jalapenos for now. And then got our hatch chilies as well, and just one more shot of all these crazy marigolds just to document them. Okay, so here's our final haul, minus the hatch chilies and a few of the jalapenos, because full disclosure, today's the next day. And as promised, I grilled some of those up last night, and then I used some of the jalapenos to make what will be next week's video. But again, thank you guys so much for the 1 million views. Like I said, it really means a lot to me. I feel like I have always had imposter syndrome with the whole YouTube thing. So this just really reassures me, and I'm glad you guys are liking the videos, and I look forward to putting out more. So thank you again, and I'll see you guys on the next one.